It was 8:15 on a sunny day in June when I got picked up for our church barbecue by our church bus driver and a busload of college kids. Bus stopped again about 8:24 and Betty Lou jumped on when they opened the door. She was 9 sizes smaller than she was the day before. She wore a little sundress that looked a size 2, and we all stared at the side of who was an 18 plus just a few short days ago. Susie said she looked pretty, and Betty said thanks, and Betty said she just bought a brand new pair of Spanx. When she put them on real tight, they made her look her very best. Well, she stood up to show us, and we all heard a snap, and from under Betty's bottom sprang a black rubber flat, where a squeak and a button popped loose under Betty's left arm. Well, that girl's eyes got big as 2 salad plates, and her other flap popped up in her lady place. We heard a sound like a clock spring winding up too tight. Well, then Spanx let loose. I guess we all knew that little dress weren't going to hold back much of Betty Lou. And her buttons started popping, and through the air they flew. Like machine gun fire, them buttons popped, and when the button popping finally stopped, that whole church bus got a whole big eye full of Betty Lou. Well, she screamed as she watched her Spanx fall to her feet, and that little dress flew out the window and into the street onto the fence of a motorcycle cop coming the other way. The cop screamed and reached for the dress on his face as that old church bus driver slammed on his brakes, and that naked Betty Lou rolled ass over tea-kettle right down the center aisle. Well, she rolled to the stop and jumped up on the floor as that motorcycle cop yanked open the door, and you can bet he screamed again when he saw all of Betty Lou. She said, "Officer, this church bus is a holy mess, and if you don't mind, I'll take that dress." And she turned and walked buck naked up Main Street, big as you please. Well, we stood with mouths open as Betty Yurt turned and yelled thanks, and she said, "You know, y'all can keep my Spanx, and I don't need a ride. I think I'll just walk my naked butt to church." And that's what she done. Right up Main Street, naked as you please. That is Spanx, ladies and gentlemen.